In today's video, I want to show you a band where we're going to work from the bottom and up. It appears on page 110 in section 4 of Kutzlie's workbook, and it's the first of 3 forms from the Celtic book of illuminations that are included in his book. And here I've drawn up 9 dots, then 8, and then 9. You can, if you want to, draw up 2 dots, then put a dot in between, and then 2 dots, and then a dot, and 2, and work that way. But what I normally do is I put a dot, and then as many as I need down the way, so I get a sense of them being roughly on a straight line. And then I draw up, actually I don't draw up the middle ones, I draw up the next set of dots, where again you should have 9 dots sitting opposite the first one that you made. And then after that I go in and I kind of eyeball where my center is of each of the squares that have sort of appeared, and then I put my dots in there, and there should be 8 of these dots in here. So you've got 9, 8, 9 in these 3 lines. And what I want to show you is that what's unusual about this band is that with this band we're going to put a stop at the bottom here, and then we're going to put a stop up towards the dot above the bottom one. So here's your first set of stops, then the next set of stops appears here. So you're jumping a middle dot, and then you're doing the same here, you're jumping your next middle dot before putting a stop in place here, and then you're jumping your next middle dot and then putting a stop in place here, and then the final stop is up here at the top between the 2 top dots. So I've drawn it up in green, so it should be easy for you to see where to put your stops. If you want to, you can pause the video here and go and try and see if you can make your way through this band on your own. So if you've tried going through the band, well done on your own. I'll show you now how it's done. So I'm going to start down here next to my first dot on the bottom line with 2 dots, and because there's a stop here, I'm going to talk you through this. Because there's a stop here, I'm going to go up with my line, and then I'm going diagonally in, then rounding, and then coming down diagonally, but I'm meeting a stop and another stop. So here I'm going back the way and then up and around my stop, and then coming round into my stop here, and here I'm coming back round my next stop, up past my stop, down towards my 2 stops, then back and around, so you can maybe see it. Basically there is a rhythm to this. So coming up the way, there's a very kind of certain rhythm coming up the way. It's repeating itself to the left and the right. First to the left and then here to the right. And then it swings to the left again. And then when we come to the top, I cross over because there's a stop in order to get back down. And here I'm moving diagonally down through my band, going round my dot, and then coming round my dot again, and then coming round my dot down here, and here I am towards the bottom, and I've got my 2 stops, but my band hasn't been finished yet, so I'm just moving my pencil over. So the idea here is that you go through your band and you know, make it through without getting confused, and the stops should help you move through your band without being confused. But once you've done that, you should really try and make it harmonious rhythmically speaking. So, you know, you want to try and feel the rhythm. So once you've got your form in place and you're, okay, so there's a sort of rounding that comes to a stop, a point. There's a big long rounding and a smaller rounding comes to a stop. And then I come up here, then I'm moving across. Now I'm just taking a blue to show you, changing over to a blue, to show you it's a different rhythm that then happens when I go down through my band here. But it's the same line. So here, you know, it's a very different kind of rhythm as I'm going down through my band. I'm just going to make it blue there towards the bottom. So try and feel it rhythmically. It's a nice sort of swinging motion. And then here at the top I'm preparing to come down. And here's just this nice gliding motion. And then I've finished. All right, that's all for this week. I'll be back next week with a new form drawing exercise for you.